What's up, Key Loves? It's your girl Key, and welcome to another video. As you can tell by the title, this video is going to be another story time. So before we get started, if you will go ahead and press that subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and follow me in all my social medias that will be listed in the description box down below. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay, highly appreciated. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, so can y'all help me? Baby, can you help me? Do you trust me? Okay, anyway. So the person in the story time is gonna be the time when me and my cousin snuck out and we took her mom's car. So we're gonna name my cousin Julie, okay? And yeah, we're gonna get straight into it. I wanted to tell a different story. Well, two other stories I had in mind I want to tell, but I decided I'm gonna wait on those. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so one day we were in class. It had to be like a Friday or something, okay? And we were in class, we were big chilling. No, my cousin was in the class with me. But we were in class, big chilling, and I don't know what we were supposed to be doing, but everybody was talking, I guess. And then eventually one of the boys, he don't need no name unless I tell another story about him, then I'll give him a name. One of the boys was like, he was like, oh, how come you don't ever come to the team parties? And I'm like, I don't know, like, y'all, like, I never know about them, I guess. Like, I don't know. Whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, even if I did know, my mom would not let that happen. Like, she ain't going for none of that. None of it. You hear me? She wasn't going. She was not going. So anyway, he was like, oh, well, this is another party, whatever. Well, I'm going to tell you about this one. It's another party, whatever. Like, wooty, woo, we doing this, we doing that. Pop, 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 pop. Is located on 12394 Burger Street. I'm like, oh. That's not far from my house. Like, we could walk. I could walk. So, you know, in my mind, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll be there. But I wasn't too sure if I was going to be there. So, the day go by, normal, whatever. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I keep saying whatever. It's just, yeah, I'm sorry. But anyway, so the day go by, you know, not too much. So, my mom and my aunt, they were close. They were close sisters. They were tight. So, they were always at our house. They were there often. Like pretty often. God do this often. Okay, so they were there often, okay? So I was telling my cousin, because she was like, man, we always in the house. We don't never get to do nothing, whatever. And I'm like, I know, right? And I'm like, girl, there's this party tonight, and it's not far from my house. It's like around the corner. And Julie's like, we should go. And I'm like, what? She said, we should go. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we should go. I'm right with him. And I'm like, okay, how we gonna go? Because I can't ask my mama to go to this. Like, she's not gonna let me go. She ain't. And the thing about Julie is she did whatever she wanted. Like, I ain't gonna say her mama didn't care, but Julie got away with doing whatever the freak she pleased. And which was crazy because I was older than her. But I mean, I get, my mama was just strict, and you know, I get it, and I appreciate that very, very much, because who knows what my life could have been like. Anyway, we decided that we're gonna go, so we picking outfits or whatever. We don't even know how we're gonna get out the house yet. We know it's walking distance, but we don't even know how we're gonna get out of the house. So anyway, she's sitting on the couch, her mom is sitting on the couch, and eventually she lies down, and she's like, okay, cool. My mama is laying down, so like, you know, I know her, when she lay down like that, she finna go to sleep. Like, she gonna be sleeping the next 20-30 minutes. And I'm like, okay. And my mom is getting ready to go out. So like after she leave, then we could leave. And that works out perfectly. And she's like, yeah, that's perfect. So my mama getting ready or whatever, her mama laying down. And I kid you not, like, within that time frame that she said her mama was gonna be asleep, she was asleep. She was asleep. My mama finished getting dressed, and she left around 11:30, 12ish. And while we were waiting on them to finish getting dressed and like for her mom to fall asleep, we were picking out our outfits or whatever. Y'all, I picked out this outfit. Like at the time, I thought I looked good. Like, you know, I thought I looked good. No, I look back, I was like, this is so funny, because the outfit was like a crop top hoodie shirt, and it was burgundy and had like a little like black words on it. I don't remember exactly what the word said, but I do have a picture of it And maybe I'll show y'all the picture. I know it's in my Snapchat somewhere. Anyway, but I'll show y'all that later in the video and you'll see why. Anyway, I had these little jean shorts with the rips. I don't know, but the shoes, they was flats. They were flats, not sandals, but flats, like the closed toe shoe. Like, you see what I'm saying? And they were black. I don't remember what my cousin was wearing. Okay, so I'm packing my stuff up because I did not leave out the house in that outfit. Like, my mom would not have let that slide at that time. Like, no. No way. Anyway, so her mom's asleep or whatever, and she's like, okay, you said it's around the corner, right? I'm like, yeah, Julie, it's like right around the corner. We literally could just walk. Like, we could just walk. And she was like, no, we're not walking. She was like, we're going to drive there. I'm like, oh, somebody's going to come pick us up? Like, how are we going to get there? She's like, no, we're going to go in my mama's car. I'm like, oh, you going to sneak and ask her to, like, drop us off? Is that what you're going to do? Like, but why we wait for her to go? No, she was like, no, I'm finna take the keys. I've done this before. What? Come again and say what? I've done this before. So I'm like, okay, like, okay. Mind y'all, those are not the exact words, but that's pretty much how the conversation went. And she was like, yeah, so I just gotta go get the keys. I'm like, okay. And she was like, you want to, grab them? They're just right there. I'm like, nah. If I go up there and grab them keys, like, and she just opened them eyes wide and just, yeah, like, no, not me. Not gonna do it. So she eventually got the keys, and then we were like, wait a minute. Like, when my mom come back, how we gonna get inside the house? Because she gonna lock the door. Like, she's gonna lock the door. We ain't gonna be able to get back in. So then we end up involving my brother, and we were like, okay, like, leave the window unlocked so that we can get in through the window. Y'all, I don't know how we was gonna climb up those stairs into that window, but I ain't never did that before. But she experienced. We could have made it work, I guess. We was gonna have to. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, do you want to leave through the window, or do you want to go out the front door? Like, how do you want to leave? Like, are we just gonna walk out the front door like we're just that bad? And she was like, yeah, we can do that. My mom's asleep. She in a deep sleep. So yeah, we could just walk out the door. Like, no worries. Huh? Yeah, we could just walk out the door. Okay. So we just leave out the door. And as I'm walking out the door, I'm like, oh, please don't let this lady open her eyes. Like, and I'm like, please don't let her. So we walking out the door, and we're not running down the stairs, because if you're running down or up the stairs where I lived, you definitely, most definitely would have heard it. Like, there's no way. So we walk down the stairs, and I'm walking down the sidewalk, and I'm like, okay, do you see my mom's car? Like, make sure her car in there. Like, that's her car? Who's that coming in with those taillights? That's not her? Did they turn around? Like, is that mom's car? You sure she gone? Like, she gone? She's like, girl, come on. So I'm like, okay. So, and then before we even get to the car, not too much. Not too much. Okay. So because I think we actually went to the car first. So when we went to the car or whatever, she was like, I gotta pull up on Whoop-de-Whoop. That's just what we're gonna name him for this video, because yeah, it was just somebody she was dealing with at the time. And I do have other stories which I don't know if I'll share. And you know what? He passed away, so rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to him. Like, I feel so bad. But anyway, back to the story. So she was like, we're gonna pull up on Whoop-de-Whoop, because, like, I ain't got no money. You ain't got no money. And he said he finna give us some money. So I think in total he gave us like $20 to $40 or something like that. Yeah, what we was gonna do with that, I don't know. Because she was like, we're gonna need to put gas back in the car too. Like, she gonna know we took it. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, you know, we got the money from him. Okay, so now we're in the car, right? Because he lived there too in that apartment complex. Just so you know. Y'all, I'm sorry. I feel like I just confused y'all. But anyway, we're in the car, right? And she hops in the driver's seat. I hop in the passenger seat. And she's like, no, I'm like, she's like, you ready? I'm like, yeah, but you know how to drive? Like, you got this? Like, can you really back it up and not hit this car next to you or like the trash can? Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous as because what are you doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, we could just walk. So she's like, nah, I got it. Don't worry. I'm like, okay, like, I'm gonna trust you. So we pull off. We changed in the car. We did change in the car, by the way. We changed in the car. And then we pulled off. I'm thinking about it because what were we doing? Y'all, I'm not recommending sneaking out the house and taking your parents' car. That is not what we're doing. So anyway, we pull off. We head to the area where the party's supposed to be. So we're driving down the block. It literally was right around the corner. So we're driving around the block and I'm like, I don't see nothing. Like, do you? I didn't even see a bunch of cars. So I'm like, how did they get to this party? So now I'm wondering at this point, are we on the right side of the street? And she's like, you sure over here? It's over here. I'm like, yeah, this is the address. Because I was 100% positive that was the address. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, do you think it's over? Because mind you, like, it's like 12 something because my mama left around like 11:30, 12. Then we took a second to get out the house because I was being scared. And she was like, girl, come on. Like, hello. So, I'm like, I don't, like they said it was over here in this area. I don't think it'll be over that fast because it wasn't supposed to start till a late time anyway. She's like, are you sure? And we riding around the whole block. We fucking, I ain't mean to curse. We're making circles. And I'm like, there is nothing going on out here. Like, nothing. Like, there's nothing going on out here. Like, I don't see it. And if it wasn't one of those houses, if it was a house party, I wasn't gonna go knock on that door and be like, hey, like, we heard the party's here tonight. Like, it was popping. Like, party. It's a party in the USA. Like, no. I was not gonna do it. And she wasn't willing to do it either. So we were just kind of like, all right. She was like, let's go get something to eat then. I'm like, okay, you can manage to drive over there to. She was like, yeah, we can go to Steak and Shake because that's what's open this time of night. I'm like, okay. And mind y'all, everything is going smooth up until this point. We get to Steak and Shake. She goes live on Facebook. She goes Facebook Live. Her mom's friend is on Facebook Live. And she's telling, mind you, we didn't know the friend was on the live just yet. At least I didn't. Because it's her, she's on her phone. She's going live on Facebook, right? She put me in the camera. I'm like, I'm cute. Like, you see me? Like, in the fit. Like, the fit was eating like that for real. Like, girl, please. Anyway, so we live. She talking, oh, we got the car, da 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 da, whatever. And she told whoever was on the live, like, oh yeah, we finna pull up there. And she's like, girl, do you want to go to Jacksonville? I'm like, you want to drive all the way up there? She's like, yeah, I told him to pull up. It's fine. We gonna make it. She said, yeah, we gonna make it. I'm like, okay, you drove the highway before, right? She's like, nah, we ain't taking the highway. Nah, we gonna take the other way. We ain't even gotta get on the highway. I'm like, okay, let's go inside though, because I gotta pee. Like, let's go in there. So we go up in Steak and Shake. I go use the bathroom. I go pee. And now we're in there taking pictures. And I know that picture's somewhere in my Snapchat. And when I find it, I'll insert it. So you can kind of see the outfit too. And so we taking pictures in there or whatever. And she like, all right, come on.
Guess what we at? How we got here?
We didn't even buy nothing out there. Not a food, not no fries, not no drink. Nothing, not a thing. Next thing you know, we're going down the road. We didn't take the highway, but we took the back roads. We were going down. I can say it because, like, it's a common rule everybody use. Next thing you know, we're going down US 1, Phillips Highway. Making our way downtown. Anyway, making our way to Jacksonville or whatever. And we pull up to one location. I guess the person that originally told her to pull up, they fell asleep. Mind you, that was like a cool hour drive. So we out there waiting. they don't come outside. I'm like, why don't you go knock on the door? And she's like, no. Like, go knock on the door. She's like, no. She's like, I'm just gonna call them. They knew I was coming. They're the reason I came up here. I'm like, but we've been waiting and nobody is answering. Like, don't you want to go knock on the door? Like, maybe they're listening to music, or maybe their phone died. I don't know. Go knock on the door. Like, you the po-po-ho. And she like, no. So we leave and she pull up on somebody else. Mind you, it's super, super late at this time. Like, she pull up on somebody else. We pull up to a house, like, to this neighborhood, which was like a whole nother, like, 25 to 30 minutes away. It was pretty far to me. I don't know. Maybe it just felt that long. And not too much. I don't even remember if that person came outside, because I was kind of like, I don't know this person, and it's getting pretty late. And at this point, I know my mama got to be home. So, like, now I'm getting kind of worried. But I ain't letting it show. I'm, like, still cool and vibing, listening to the music, whatever. Yeah, so I think that person ended up coming outside. They talked for like a cool second, and she was like, we gotta go. I'm like, okay. We didn't even get out of the car. So it's like, it ain't like you gotta drive me back to the car or anything like that. I didn't even have a liquor drinking me. I wasn't even drinking at this time. I was scared of alcohol. She's scared of the liquor. She's scared. Yeah, that was me. I was scared. Anyway. So now we're driving back, going back down US 1, Phillips Highway. And we stop at this gas station because she was like, we got to get gas in the car. And we stop at that gas station. We get some gas, we get some drinks, and we get a couple of snacks or whatever we get. Y'all, when we got back on the road, she was like, they're up. I'm like, what you mean they're up? What do you mean? She was like, yeah, so, my mom's friend, she don't need no name. She was on the Facebook, and yeah, she told my mom, and now they up. They waiting for us. I'm like, oh, are you serious? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. So now I know I'm already in trouble. So she's like, you might as well just sit back, relax, and vibe, because now we already caught. I'm like, okay, sure, fine, whatever. So now I'm like, okay, I'm caught. Like, like, no, my life is over. I already can't do nothing. And then we get further down, a couple more minutes pass, however long pass. She say, the police. They called the police. I said, what? And what made her say that is because what made her say that they called the police on us is because the helicopters. And they were helicopters. And I was like, oh, who the police looking for this time of night? Like, who's the helicopter looking for? She's talking about maybe they looking for us. I said, what you mean? And that's when she was like, the police. They involved the police. Bitch, what? And you knew this hoe and you ain't say shit to me? Why? Why did you do that? So now I'm in my seat. I'm like, oh, no. Now I'm like, my life is, it's ruined. Like, my clean record, like, my squeaky clean record is done. I'm not going to get into college. Nobody's going to hire me. Like, my mind was rambling. Like, I'm not going to get a good job. I can't be a doctor anymore. I'm not going to be a teacher because they're going to be like this hoe. Yeah, I used to be a lot of things. I know. I didn't really know myself too well in high school. I thought I wanted the things I thought I wanted. I did not really want in life. Let me just say that. Anywho, so now we driving home, and now, like, I'm already thinking about everything. Now my mood is kind of ruined after this whole, like, turn up ride. We vibing to the music. I don't even want to do it no more on the way home. Like, I already was caught. I was cool with that. But now you telling me the police involved? Like, oh no. And now I'm like, I don't have a license. I'm underage. My mom don't even know where I am. And you said you could drive, but y'all, she was doing pretty cool at first, but she would like swerve a little bit. So I'm like, we're gonna get, we're going to jail. I'm like, we're going to jail. I'm gonna have a record. Like, my mind was going. Yeah, it was going, but I'm still trying to play it cool. The outside me was trying to play it cool. Whole time I was melting, crashing out inside. Anyway, So anyway, eventually between me like being all worried and antsy and stuff, I drift off to sleep. I doze off to sleep. Like, remember I told y'all she swerved, I doze off to sleep. And tell me why she grabs the steering wheel and she just, and I'm like, what happened? And she was like, nothing. And I'm like, bitch, are you cool? Like, why did you just do that? And she was like, you was asleep. And I'm like, how I know? Like, I want to sleep. Mind you, by the time we get home, the sun is already coming out. So we was outside for a cool minute. Like, we were out there for a while. Like, you feel me? So we finally get back to where I lived, right? We did not park the car. And, like, there's 3 parking lots. The parking lots were broken up. You know how apartments have the different entrances. So we did not park in the entrance that we came in. We parked all the way far over to the very last entrance, and we walked over. And I'm like, I don't want to go home. Like, I'm scared. Like, I don't want to go home. Wait, before I got out the car, y'all, I changed my clothes, and I had a phone that I was not supposed to have. Mama, I'm sorry. I had a phone that I was not supposed to have. So I changed my clothes, and I took that phone, and I put all that stuff like in a bag, and I kind of like hid it in the car. And then we got out the car, and I walked with her, and we walked all the way over to like near the first entrance where we left out at with the car. And but we were behind the building because there was a building, and then there was like the parking lot, and then like you could see like the first entrance from the parking lot or whatever. So we were behind that building, and that wasn't the building that I lived in, but we were behind there, and that's, you know, the side where the playground and stuff is. So we're far from the playground though, because there was another table way over there. So we sat at the table. There. She was like, we were walking, and she was like, come on, let's just sit here and wait. And I'm like, well, exactly how long do you think we can wait right here? Because we can't wait right here forever. Like, eventually they're gonna come around here looking for us. And sure enough, just like I said they would, here come her mama walking around the corner. Her mama walking around the corner. And I'm like, Julie, your mom is over there. She's walking around the corner. What do we do? Like, what do we do? This time I'm panicking. I don't even want to hear nothing she got to say. And she's like, no, just sit right here. My mom is blind. She's not going to notice it's us. She ain't going to see. She didn't even see what we was wearing when we left the house. Like, she's not going to notice it's us. Like, she's not going to notice. I'm like, are you sure? Like, bitch, that don't even make no sense. Like, we right here. I'm sure she can recognize her daughter and her niece. And she's like, no, she's not. Like, my mom is blind. She can't even see that far. She convinced me to stay. I'm like, okay, you got it. You got it. I'm gonna stay. Why her mama say, Julie, Tay? I'm like, oh, bitch, I told you. So now I'm melting inside. I'm like, fuck, do we just run? Like, come on, let's just run. Like, let's just run that way. Like, let's just go. Because now at this point, her mama walking fast over because she don't recognize this. And we looked over when she called her name. So we like... I'm like, oh, let's like run, like let's run. She's like, no. I'm like, man, fuck, man. Not only I gotta look at mom, I gotta face my mom, I gotta face these cops too. I ain't never been in trouble with the law, man. I don't want no smoke with the law. So yeah, so I was so nervous. So we get up and she followed us back this way. She like, let's go. And now we walking back around to where the first entrance parking lot is. And she's like, where's my car? Da, 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 da. And they're like, oh, she's like, we parked it over there. Y'all, I seen the police car and they came walking straight to us because she was like, I found them. They right here. Here they are. Like, they're here. And I just immediately started tearing up, but I didn't shed the tears yet, but I just knew it was coming. I immediately started feeling teary. Like, I wanted to boo-hoo cry, but I was kind of like, I mean, you got yourself in this mess. You already knew you was caught. What more can you do? You can't do nothing. You can't face the law, man. Like, you can't do nothing. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, why did I agree to go? We could have just went home after we didn't see that there was no party. Or better yet, we could have stayed our asses in a house. We could have stayed out behind his home. But anyway, so the officers come up, they separate us. And like, you know, they question me like, oh, you know, where'd you go? What happened? Who was the driver? Whose idea it was? So we talking. And I'm like, I snitched. I snitched. I was like, yeah, we both wanted to go to the party or whatever, whatever. But it was her idea to take the car. It was her idea to take the car. And she was the driver. I didn't drive. Like, I can't even drive, sir. Like, I can't even drive. I ain't never been in trouble. And I was just like, calm down, calm down. And so they questioned me or whatever. I'm like, sir, we just wanted to go to a party and she didn't want to walk, and she told me that she could drive, and she said she's able to drive, and that's why she took the keys, because she said she can do this, and we were going to go to this party. He was like, did you go to the party? I'm like, well, no, we couldn't find it. And he was like, well, where'd you go? And I was like, well, we went by Steak and Shake, and we went to Jacksonville. She wanted to see one of her friends, and then we came right back here, sir. And he was like, well, why didn't y'all bring the car? Park it right back where you got it from if it was okay. And I'm like, sir, I don't know. She was the driver. He was like, okay, come with me. I was like, oh no, this is it. They're taking me to jail. I'm never gonna be the same. Y'all, I didn't even get put in handcuffs. I was just being so dramatic and like I was being so dramatic in my mind you, I'm melting down so bad. All of this is inside. Like, I'm melting down so bad inside. And I'm having the ultimate breakdown. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna need you to sit here. So he put me in the back of the police car. I did not have any I was not handcuffed or anything like that. But he shut the door, and now I'm in the car. I'm like, damn. I don't know if y'all know that song. That's kind of how it was. And I'm like, this is so freaking horrible. And you know, they go back out there, they talking whatever. I don't know what they talk about, whatever. I don't know how I don't know how Julie's conversation went with the officers. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that some time went by, and eventually they let me out the car. And it was like, we're going to let you out with a warning. This is not something you need to do. Don't do this again. Anything could happen. I'm like, yes, sir. I know. Still on the verge about to tear it up because I did not want to cry. I was trying to be so hard. I probably shed like one tear, but I was like, I'm not going to cry yet. I'm not going to cry yet. Anyway, y'all, I get upstairs with my mama. You want to this and that and this. She was going in on me. You feel me? She was going in. And she was like, this ain't even what you had on. This ain't even what you had on. Because remember, I told her she put me in line, so she done seen what I was wearing. I'm like, oh, fuck. She was like, and da-da-da, and I know you got a phone, and this and that, and this. Well, I was like, well, right now, I don't have nothing. I don't have anything. I have nothing. this kind of... No, but I'm like, I don't have nothing. And she was like, since you think you grown, you gonna clean this up all by yourself, and da-da-da-da-da. So, y'all, she made me clean the whole living room, basically clean up the whole house by myself. And then, like, I couldn't do nothing but just sit in the living room. I had to stand there, like, that's what she wanted me to do. And I was like, I couldn't go to sleep. She was like, since you want to be up all night, this is da-da-da-da-da. So I couldn't go to sleep. She made me stay in the living room to make sure that I did not go to sleep. Because mind y'all, we left at like, it was like 12 something when we left. Because we left immediately after her, like 11. She left like 11:30, 12ish. So we left after her, right? And so mind y'all, the sun is up. It's like 6:30 in the morning at this time. Like, it's daylight outside, y'all. Daylight. So she like, you ain't finna go to sleep. You ain't doing this. So she made me clean up. Like I said, she made me stand there for a second, and she was like, you are not about to go to sleep. Like, I could not lay down. She was not gonna let me take no nap. No. What is that? That's how she was feeling. And so I was so tired. I had to fight that sleep. And I think our moms might have got mad at each other after that, because it was like, no, your daughter, no, your daughter, no, your daughter, no, your daughter, no. And the whole time, it really was both of us, because we both could have been like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, Julie would do what she want to do, and she would get away with it. And yeah, not me. Me, not so much. My mama was not having none of that. So yeah, we got caught. They called the police. Thank God my record was clean. I think that my cousin did, though. No, I don't know. No, she didn't. I don't think we both got in trouble. I think we both kind of got let off with a warrant or whatever. But she's been in trouble with the law before. But anyway, yeah, that's just a cool little story time. And I have some more story times with Dooley because, man, we had a time. Y'all, I don't know if y'all thought the story was good or not, but I just wanted to share that story. I am not encouraging anybody to sneak out the house or to take your parents' car. Matter of fact, don't do it at all. Don't even think about it. Don't even, this is our legend. Let me just say that. So you don't even have the courage to do it, okay? Don't do it. It's not worth it because honestly, anything could have happened to us. And I'm so grateful. We could have got in that car and she really could have not known what to do when it came to braking or driving or whatever. But thankfully, by the grace of God, we made it to every destination that we went to. That was unplanned, by the way. And we made it back home safely. And that everything happened in one piece. I also never got that phone back. So after that, I really was like, damn. Because now I'm really looking at the 4 walls. Like, and I'm really bored. But anyway, that was just a cool short story time. Hope I didn't ramble on too much. And thank you guys for watching my video. Again, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias as listed in the description box down below. And thank you for watching another video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.